Alright, hey there guys. I'm doing this again because I'm trying a new setup and I forgot to record this video. I only did the audio and I have another camera looking at my pedal board because I'm doing a video, again, of my video setup for the Gino Vannelli tours, my pedal setup, sorry. I don't often use pedals when playing live, but I do on all of my Gino Vannelli tours. And we have an interesting situation because we're no longer using amps on stage or anywhere. Everything comes direct. The only volume on stage is drums, horns, acoustically, but front of house controls everything. Then we also have our side monitor engineer tweaking our ears. But so let me show you what I've got here. Right now, I'm running everything through this BassWitch IQ DI, which is a fantastic DI. All of my sound comes out through here, and it just sounds fantastic. Plus, it's an A/B box, multiple basses, just switch between them. Mute for tuning in between tunes. It also has a mix loop, which I'm not using. Everything is running serial, so it's always through. But I could, if I wanted, run it into the mix and control the blend. Serial works so well and it's so dead quiet. Hasn't been an issue. Of course, I have my tuner, MXR bass compressor, which I'm still getting to know. I'm not a real gearhead. I don't really know much about compression and how to best utilize it, so I'm still kind of playing around with it a little bit. But it's one of the things I love is that it has you can really control. You can really see the level of compression happening. The MXR bass octave pedal, which is, I think, the best octave pedal I've tried, and I've tried a lot of them. I'll show you why I love this one so much soon. MXR Envelope, again, ditto that. Best envelope I've tried, most functional in real life. You know, a lot of envelopes, you find a nice sound, and you get on stage, you start playing, volumes change a little bit, now the sound is unusable and you have to tweak it, it's too sensitive. This is very subtle and just works beautifully, sounds great. Reverb, that's exclusively for the fretless. Gino likes a lot of reverb on his fretless. And the micro synth, which is trying to emulate a handful of tones on a Gino's albums, kind of that Stevie Wonder type synth sound. This does a great job. I've tried a lot of synths, and that's the closest I've been able to find without going to an expensive MIDI rig or anything. And the one thing I like about this synth, most bass synth pedals operate with a square wave, so there's automatic. It sounds like distortion, like it's going through a fuzz pedal. So you find a nice synth sound, but then it's got this fuzz that, especially through the big speakers in a big hall, can be a little bit overpowering. So, and show you the two basses I use on tour. For fretless, I'm using my Zon 5 fretless, which is just a fantastic bass. And I'm going to give you an idea of some of the sounds we use. Of course, lots of reverb. Quite often he has me use just a little bit of sub-octave on there, a little bit of growl, which is why I like this MXR pedal, because it really does a nice subtle octave, but you can get a lot of growl. Kind of a little bit of a living inside myself, one of Gino's tunes, popular tunes, big hit in the 80s. So those work great for that. And I'll show you why I like this MXR pedal so much. You can see I have the drive signal all the way up, just a little bit of the girth, a little bit of the growl. But the thing is, most people still love the Boss OC2, the brown box, because of that sub-harmonic sound that so many octave pedals fail to get. But this guy gets it. I love the sound of it. But the thing that really sold me on this pedal was, I'll show you, I'll beef up the bottom end here a little bit, this little button right here, mid boost. Without it, it sounds a lot like plenty of other octave pedals. Actually, still a little bit better, I think. But you see, it can get really beefy, and sometimes that low end can get a little overpowering and muddy, especially through larger systems. I still don't have them up very high. But man, you hit that mid boost, and it really just, it articulates the sound a little. Really makes it cut through just a little bit. It's a world of difference through a large system. And now let me switch basses to my primary bass on the tours. Generally play a 90-minute set. Maybe 4 or 5 of those are on the fretless, and the rest are through my Schold 6. But you all know how much I love this thing. This is my baby. So let's see. This envelope, nice and subtle. I'm not a big gearhead. I'm kind of new to effects in general. I'm generally plug and play. Bass, quarter-inch cable, amp, go. So I still like to hear a lot of the bass in the sound because it just freaks me out when it's nothing but effect. Maybe I'll grow out of that. But right now, tracks really well. Nice envelope on the sound. Infinitely adjustable. You can really get anything in between, adjusting the level of the dry signal, the filter, and it's usable. A lot of envelopes I've tried to use, you get a good sound and then you take it to the room and you plug it in, levels change a little bit, this and that, and now you can't get the sound you want when you really need it. So I've become a big fan of this guy. This is nothing but the effect, drive. I generally put my dry signal at about 1 o'clock, the effects at about 10. So you still hear the bass, it's articulate, you know what I'm doing, but it's just got a little envelope on it. Now the synth. I went through a bunch of synth pedals trying to find one that would work for the sound Gino was going for. Most of the synth pedals you come across have a square wave, which basically means it sounds like you're running a synth pedal through a fuzz box, which drove me insane. Especially in large systems, you get this constant buzz and distortion. And that's not what we were going for. And this micro synth from Electro Harmonix, with a little tweaking, found a setting that kind of semi-Stevie-ish sound, but a sound Gino has on a lot of his records. I played that to show you how well it tracks. That's the unison line I played in this song. People Gotta Move with the guitar player during his solo. And especially through a large system in a big hall, you get a great PA. It just sounds huge and it's nice. One of the reasons I miss my rig on stage, I'm acclimating to the ears only, no stage volume. But one of the things I miss is hearing that pedal through my Aguilar rig with the DB751 and 1 or 2 410 cabinets. Man, it's huge. So that's essentially it. Like I said, I'm still messing with the compressor, still trying to learn how that works. I love the metering and different ratios of compression. I'm still learning exactly what it does and how I might be able to utilize it. I know I know compression has made a difference in the studio quite a bit, so I'm assuming I can use it in a live context, but they hooked me up with that, so I really wanted to try it because I'm so in love with their other pedals. I know if I need compression, I would trust them to build the compressor I'd want to use. So that's it. That's my Gino Vannelli pedal board and the 2 basses I bring on the road with me. You may see me running through the airport with my gigantic double bag on my back, and that's what I'm lugging. So, right on. Thanks. Take it easy.